One of the most frequent questions I get asked is, I have a big presentation coming up. Help. And here's the thing. Presentations aren't the enemy. Public speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and it can be practiced. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So whether it's presenting at work, doing a toast, talking to an audience at a webinar, giving a speech, or something else, I'm going to show you exactly what I do and what I recommend people do to rock their talks and help them feel prepared and confident. One thing I always tell people is to look at public speaking as a conversation with many participants. It may seem obvious, but this mindset shift is absolutely critical. You're not just talking to one person or multiple people. You're just having a conversation. There's no fourth wall. I also encourage people to think about how they speak to other individuals. Because we're conditioned to think of presentations and public speaking as these very formal events. And the reality is they can be, but they don't have to be. You know how to talk to one person. You probably have plenty of conversations throughout your day. You know how to engage, how to connect. So I suggest you do that. I really like the advice author Carmine Gallo gives. He says to think of it as teaching. Instead of thinking of yourself as performing, think of your talk as a class and yourself as the teacher. This reframing can take the pressure off. You can relax into it more and still come across as confident and charismatic. So now that we've established that presentations and talks aren't these terrifying things, let's talk about preparation. There are two elements to preparing for your talk: researching and rehearsing. The research aspect includes learning about your topic, knowing your audience, and determining your goals. All of that should happen before you start putting together your slides or any materials that you're going to be using. Then there's the rehearsing aspect. And here's the absolute must: rehearse out loud. Too many times I've seen people who prepare mentally or just read through their slides and then they get up and they re-flat, monotone, stiff, robotic. Rehearsing out loud is when you actually practice saying the words out loud. And bonus points if you do it in front of a mirror. Record yourself, or better yet, do a run-through with friends or colleagues. You can even dress up for this run-through. Put on a nice shirt. Do your hair and makeup if you're so inclined. Dressing up signals to your brain that it's time to get serious. And remember, we're introverts here, so we tend to process things deeply. Give yourself ample time to prepare. You're not doing yourself or your audience any favors by rushing through this process. Take your time and you'll be glad you did. Knowing your audience is crucial for any presentation. Like to think about what their expectations are, what they hope to get out of the session, and what questions they might have. It's also important to consider the setting. Is this an in-person presentation or a virtual one? What technology will you be using? Will you have slides? By thinking about these things ahead of time, you can tailor your talk to meet the needs of the audience and make it relevant. You'll also be able to troubleshoot any potential issues before they arise. Now, let's talk about the actual structure of your presentation. My rule of thumb is to keep it simple. Aim for 3 main points that you want to make during your talk. It's easy to overwhelm your audience and yourself if you try to pack in too much information. Keep it concise and focused. A great way to stay on track is to have notes. You don't have to read your entire presentation word for word, but having some bullet points or keywords can help you stay on topic. This is especially helpful for introverts because we're more prone to digressing and going off on tangents. You can also use notes to remind yourself of important stories, anecdotes, or examples that bring your talk to life. Visual aids like slides can be helpful, but don't go overboard. They should complement your talk, not distract from it. I've seen amazing talks with minimal slides, and I've seen lackluster talks with tons of slides. It's all about quality, not quantity. And don't forget to leave time for questions and answers. This allows your audience to engage with you and shows them that you're interested in their thoughts and opinions. Plus, it gives you a chance to shine even more. People usually ask questions that you've already anticipated. It's just an opportunity to highlight things again. When it comes to keeping your presentation on track, it's essential to establish and maintain your authority. How do you do that? Start by acknowledging your expertise. I always advise people to begin their talk with a hook that establishes their credentials and gets the audience engaged. Here's a few examples of how you can do this. I've been working in the field of blank for over a decade. As a leading expert in blank, I've helped countless individuals and organizations achieve remarkable results. Today, I want to share with you the insights I've gained from blank. Next, maintain your position of authority by using strong language and avoiding qualifiers like I think, or possibly, or basically. Use declarative statements. For example, here's the truth, or the data shows, or my experience has shown me. When you use strong language, you exude confidence. So avoid hedging and just state your ideas clearly. Finally, use pauses effectively. Pauses can help you emphasize your points and give your audience time to digest your message. It also gives you a moment to breathe and collect your thoughts. So let's say you've prepared well. You've got your notes, you've rehearsed. Now what? You need to get your body ready. On the day of your presentation, you need to get yourself primed for success. This means not skipping meals, staying hydrated, and getting enough sleep. If possible, arrive early to scope out the space, test the tech, and get comfortable with your surroundings. I also suggest doing some light stretches to calm your nerves. You can try taking a few deep breaths or even doing some progressive muscle relaxation, which involves tensing and relaxing different muscle groups in your body. It all comes down to making sure you're centered and grounded. And if you're still feeling nervous, acknowledge it. Don't try to push the feelings away. Just own them and lean into them. Nerves can fuel your talk. Channel that adrenaline into your performance. Tell yourself, I'm excited, I'm amped, I'm ready to share this with everybody. And then you just do it. I know what you're thinking. It's easy for you to say, Susan. You're a natural. Well, I'm not a natural. I didn't wake up one day and decided to become an introvert. I learned how to use my personality type to my advantage, and so can you. It's all about leveraging your strengths. As an introvert, you're naturally more thoughtful, reflective, and you have the ability to deeply connect with others. You can tap into that during your presentation by selecting a topic that genuinely interests you, connecting with your audience on a personal level, and using storytelling to bring your talk to life. And don't forget to celebrate your successes. Every time you step outside your comfort zone and deliver a talk, you're building your confidence. I can promise you that each time you do it, you'll get a little bit better at it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps us decide what topics to cover next. And please share your experiences and tips for rocking presentations and talks in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon.